Hello and welcome to Orion Spear Point. Um, this one took me a little bit of time to shift to get onto this, and I knew I was aware of this for a while, and I really want to jump right into it because it's juicy. I like it, but before we do that, I have some announcements, some exciting ones. So first thing is that the website is up. It needs some work. So there's a lot of links that don't quite work yet, but it's up. And that feels amazing because now it's actually moving. So I'll link it in the description below. There's some amazing pictures on there. That's what makes me the most happy because it's pictures of a lot of the places that initiated me and they hold a lot of value. So if you want to check that out, that's in the link below. Continuing from the last video I did, which was the feminine rage expression or release, that is now up on my Calendly. And then to reiterate, I will be blocking off my schedule from the 11th to the 27th because I will be on pilgrimage. So on excitement journey on all of this, as this is the excitement of life in general. Um, with that, the other big announcement is that Monica and I will be doing another group session tomorrow at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. Um, because of the short notice, you can book all the way up to 11 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you feel called, that will be the building of the feminine portal and the masculine holding the space, which is like, this is so everything to do with that. So I will link that in the link below. That has a lot to do with the how the meeting point between the masculine and feminine in the physical, in the true energies. This is everything to do with that. So that will be in some ways, a workshop basically on the basics of it. So I'm excited for that. That'll be tomorrow. Um, so without further ado, let's jump in. So this will be how this came in. So this is a divine masculine initiation video for sure. And um so it is the one of the foundational points of the breakdown between masculine and feminine from the masculine side. And so the foundation of this, basically the deepest part I could go, and it wouldn't move without, it was the distrust in the feminine. And I have to give um a big shout out to Danielle and Monica in their own right, because Monica was the first person that, like, it wouldn't move. It came to my attention basically through conversation with her, but it wouldn't move. And I was confident it would move because it didn't require anything from the feminine to move until, like, me and Danielle started to talk. And then it was just like, there it is. I've got it. I've got it. So, um, yeah, a lot of love to Danielle and to Monica for helping bring this up. But it's, in a lot of ways, it's, you don't know it until, like, you start playing with it and then it bridges into the physical. It's a lot to do with masculine meeting feminine of all these points. This is really exciting to me because the distrust within the masculine system, it's the distrust in the feminine itself. And I didn't realize it. So it's such a soft point. Like when I first touched it, it was so delicate and tender, such a tender spot. And then feeling it and just sitting with it, like it wasn't triggering me. I wouldn't say that. It just wouldn't move. And I'm just like, okay, like, what is this? I could look back in my life previously where this had been activated. And it's like the fragmentation of the masculine system. There's so much within this. So there's this trust in the feminine. Um, Within this dance, how it appeared to me was, so as a guy, you're going through this journey, right? Counterpart, twin flame, whatever you want to label it, or just plain just a guy coming into your own embodiment. Like all of this applies. And there's this part that you can dance within this journey all you want and just speaking from my own experience, you can jump full heartedly within all of it, and it doesn't make sense because you're in some ways your whole world destabilizes, and at the same time you're finding stability within the energies and you're just continuing. Well, once you reach a certain point within the masculine energy that you stabilize the energetics and it shifts to restabilize the physical, this point immediately comes up. And it's the it's tender. It's like it's distrust in the feminine and the distrust in yourself, the distrust in love. I mean, there's so many things here, and it's deep and it's old and it's tender. And just looking at it, the solution to this wasn't trust. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I need to just trust myself. Just like that did nothing to move this at all because it was deeper than that. It was this kind of like looking at the feminine, and you can even look at this more, whether you want to say you're a woman in the external, the counterpart, the feminine collective, your internal feminine, the mother, the planet. It's all of it. It's distrust in the feminine energy as a masculine. And the foundation point was like the lack of stability and wondering what's going to happen with no guarantee, right? And this was hitting so many parts because, I mean, and you can feel it like just touching it, it's a little bit emotional because as a guy, like in the masculine stream, right? When you grow up, like one of the core wounds within the masculine stream is like you can even broad this out, but it's the breakdown within your connection to the mother. Like, and you can be your physical mother, but in broader terms, it's the connection to the true energy of the planet, Big Mama, right? So that divine feminine love. But as you grow up, the constant thing moving into the physical and building in the physical through the masculine stream, it's using a lot of the tools of the old energy or the overlay. I like to use the word overlay. You can use the word matrix, whatever like fits right within you. But that is kind of like a distorted stream, obviously. And so you build your life, you get stable within it. So that's why when you go on this journey of embodiment, a lot of times your physical reality becomes destabilized because you're unplugging from that stream. So then you get stable within the energies. Well, now you're clicking in the physical again. But you can't go the same way you did before. So it's immediately, this is the first roadblock you hit when you get this far. It's kind of like the distrust in the feminine, because to go into the physical is in some ways union with the feminine because it's the feminine world, right? It's a feminine planet. And the direct relation is your internal feminine. So as a guy, when you grow up, a lot of times the most common thing is you squish your internal feminine, whether consciously or you're brought up that way or you learned it's through the ancestral line. This is an old pattern, right? And the internal feminine gets squished within you. Well, just look at the external representation. How many times just hearing it through like so many representations of relationships with women, like the masculine will squish the feminine, not allow her to shine. And it's, I've heard that a lot of times through clients, through friends, and seeing it. And it's just like, but it's a reflection of the what you have within you running. And so that internal squishing is kind of like the need for stability. Because when the feminine shines, she shines. And it's just like, this is it. Well, this is who I am. And it shines a whole new light on so many things. And it can activate the system by byproducts. Because whether you want to label this a twin flame counterpart journey, just a byproduct of being here. And like it's the masculine and feminine energies on the planet. Like they're working in tandem. So this is a huge part of that, just the distrust, the uncomfortable part of it, of wondering. I think in the beginning you can definitely feel the touch of the unworthiness issue within the masculine system, but that's like the first part. Like that's like the outer eggshell, and then once you work through that, you go deeper. And it's wondering where this is going to go, what's going to happen, the need for assurances, basically, because it's the loss of sight of the spark from creation itself, and the spark is within you. So when you lose that sight, it's like all of this is filled with doubt, and your masculine side is always looking to stabilize. So it's going to look very fine tunedly on everything. And in the old ways, like especially within the counterpart like dynamic, like anytime that gets activated, then it's going to be honing in on any part that can actively disconnect. And the distrust in it, in the feminine, is going to be like, well, I don't know where this is going. My energy's falling apart. I need to stabilize. This isn't working. So in some ways or another, it's going to be walking away, shutting it down, etc. But it's like the reflection within. And the beautiful part of this is just like, well, the masculine holds like just feeling my own energy. It's just like it doesn't need an outcome. It doesn't need the solution to this is not trust. The solution to this is not assurances. It's the absence of it. It's very fun because what actually breaks up the energy is connecting to that spark of excitement, of the adventure. Like that's the beauty. Like when you go on an adventure, you have no trust. It's the unknown, but it's the spark of life that's just willing to go for it. And that's the beauty of it. That's what breaks up that distrust. Because when you have that, it's kind of like you no longer see the adventure of it. It becomes the duty, the obligation energy. All this seeps in. But breaking it up, it's just like, well, yeah, regardless of wherever this goes, the masculine holding it open and just being willing to go for it without any need from the feminine, but just total surrender and pursuit of the call from source thrusts you into a space where it then meets the feminine in a really amazing way, because when you do that, it opens the door, and then you're just like, but you need nothing from the feminine. You don't need her to set in motion specifics for for your system to actually relax. That's not it, because you're so intoxicated from the excitement of the journey that it actually activates everything and it moves through it. But it's also giving the space for your own internal feminine and you're clicking into place in the physical. So this is like going all the way down into the planet and seeing the union with the mother, honestly. And a lot of times how I've seen the masculine energy is that the feminine, the internal feminine within a masculine body or a masculine expression has been in the legs, like squished down, but the energy won't it won't run past a certain point. So the activation of your legs, which makes sense, like it's the guy, your masculine stream grounding into the physical through the feminine, in the feminine, of the feminine, with the feminine, because it's the feminine planet, but you're not sacrificing your masculine essence. Because in the past you could see that, right? You to go into the energies in the past, like that's why you wouldn't do it. That's why you would squash it. And then you're just like, okay, I'm just going to take my toys and play somewhere else. But this is feeling it. It's like actually reclaiming the true masculine essence within the physical on the feminine planet in the energies and allowing the space for not allowing just by being, you don't need to squash anything around the feminine for you to be. There it is. Because it's simply the dance. You have to navigate all your triggers, right? Because it is a very triggering kind of dynamic just to see it because it is the unknown between the meeting point and the physical, between masculine and feminine. It is all of this where there is a lot of reasons why the distrust is active. Otherwise, it wouldn't be. And it's old. It goes back so far. Like it's the protection of the system, the need for stability. But to be honest, you get the stability by jumping in and knowing that because, well, all right, let me backtrack. You get to this point because you have a sense of stability within the energies. That comes first. So when it's reaching this, now you have that sense of stability within the energies, and now it's bridging into the physical. So now you actively get to feel this, face it, move past it, and how you move past it, because it wouldn't move. It was a dense energy that just was stuck there. And every time I got close to it, it just was a tender spot where I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And then when I could connect back to source and get that sight line, it was that spark of life. It's just like, oh, it's the adventure. And then my masculine system immediately, like that energy of distrust, like immediately broke up because I didn't need anything from the feminine. The distrust in the feminine was a mute point because I had that sight line to source itself within myself. And that was the adventure. And it directly correlated to the feminine, all of it. But it was holding that sight line that was just like, oh, there it is. This is jumping in. This is going all the way for it. And this is like clicking into place. This is bringing forth the energy in the physical and clicking into place, bringing all of my essence in. And then that's the meeting point too. So with this, okay, I guess it's going to be something a little bit different than I haven't done before. Okay, I'm going to do a little prayer, I guess, in some ways with this through the masculine system to my own internal feminine and then to the core of the planet, Mother Earth, basically. Okay. You are allowed within me. You have the space full and full and vibrant and nurturing. You can shine as bright as you are. I know by you being in within me, you will never devalue or distinguish or extinguish my true masculine energy. And you have the full capacity to be all of who you are within. I never want to squish you. I won't. Mama, I call to you. I am your son. Thank you for holding me. I come forth as a man on your body and never and not devaluing or dissuading your essence. Okay. So I'll leave it here. This is exciting times, and it's it can be heavy, but just continue. And you'll, if you sit with it long enough, you'll see it. You'll see the way through because love is the answer. And it's like life is so amazing and the excitement within it. Like, if whenever you go through those big moments, you can always look back and be like, wow, this is just truly incredible. And that's the soul meeting the physical because that's the joy of it. Okay. So I'll put the link below for my website, the Feminine Rage session, and Monica and I's group session that is happening tomorrow. Um, I'm excited for all of it. This is all about masculine and feminine coming together because it's important. Like, this is really important in this day and age. Like, but it's less to do with the importance and just the excitement about how it all works. Like, it's the like I'm done with the old ways. It's just like, yeah, let's get to the true energy. Like, we're supposed to be dancing. Let's dance. So, all right. With that, Honor, I give you a lot of love. I give you my love. I give you a lot of love. Shine bright.